Hey Reddit, I've got a high school story that's morbid, thrilling, and straight out of a horror movie. This one still gives me chills when I think about it. New moon, so, it was junior year, and Halloween was just around the corner. My friends and I decided to do something different from the usual parties and trick-or-treating. We'd heard rumors about an old abandoned house on the edge of town that was supposedly haunted. Naturally, we decided to check it out. The night we chose was perfect for a horror adventure, cold, dark, and foggy. We armed ourselves with flashlights and set out on our spooky quest. The house was exactly as creepy as we'd imagined, dilapidated, covered in overgrown vines. And with broken windows that seemed to stare back at us. As we approached, I could feel my heart pounding. We joked around to ease the tension, but deep down, we were all genuinely scared. The front door creaked loudly as we pushed it open, revealing a dusty, decaying interior. We split up, because that's what all the idiots in horror movies do, right? I went upstairs with my friend Jake, while the others stayed on the ground floor. The upstairs was even worse. The floors creaked with every step, and the air was thick with the smell of mold and something else we couldn't quite identify. We found an old bedroom, and Jake, being the brave idiot he is, decided to open the closet. Inside, we found old clothes, toys, and what looked like a journal. We started flipping through the journal and quickly realized it belonged to a young girl who used to live there. Her last entries were disturbing, talking about strange noises, shadows in the night, and a feeling of being watched. As we read, we heard a loud crash from downstairs. We bolted out of the room and rushed down to find our friends. We found them in the living room, staring at an old portrait that had fallen off the wall. The picture was of a family, and the little girl from the journal was in it. Our friends swore they hadn't touched it, and there was no wind or anything that could have knocked it over. The atmosphere grew heavy with fear. Just then, we heard footsteps above us, heavy, deliberate steps, not like the creaks from before. We all froze, our flashlights flickering. Suddenly, a loud, piercing scream echoed through the house, and we bolted for the door, not looking back. Outside, we caught our breath and tried to laugh it off, but we all knew what we'd experienced was real. Later that night, we did some research and found out the house had a dark history. The family in the portrait had disappeared mysteriously, and the little girl was never found. The house had been abandoned ever since. We never went back to that house, and we don't talk about that night much. But every Halloween, I remember the haunted house and the girl who never left. Hope you found my tale of high school horror both thrilling and chilling. Feel free to share your own spooky experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, please.